Me and Sarah have been living off-grid here in central Portugal for the past 4 years, and I'm ashamed to say we both don't speak the language very well. And today we said, enough is enough! Let's do this!
So if you live here or you're thinking of moving to Portugal and you want to learn the language, then keep watching.
Yeah, what she said.
Hi and welcome to our channel.
Hi guys! So we obviously live together, but we both have different levels of Portuguese, as well as different exposure to the Portuguese language, and we also have different ways of learning.
Yes. So we're just going to share with you a little bit of my side of it and Luke's side of it. When I first got here, I thought I was going to be fluent in 2 years. I really started learning. I was learning new words every day. I was doing the grammar, and I downloaded this Michelle Thomas CD, which I was doing every day with walks with Molly and Timmy. And I got to, well, I went to from beginners, intermediate, almost to advanced, listening to them, repeating with them, and I knew what we were going to say next. So I thought, wow, I'm doing really good. And then it happened. I went out, spoke to someone local, my neighbor in fact, and I couldn't even have the simplest of conversations. And that was really, it was like a punch to the stomach. And I thought, I know nothing. And I gave up. And I gave up for a while. But then about 2 years ago, I was on YouTube, and Portuguese with Leo, his channel had just started up. And he started speaking so slowly, and I was understanding so many words that I got excited again about the language. So I started again, picked up the Michelle Thomas again, and started listening to it every day, and listening to Portuguese with Leo. And then the same thing happened again. I went to try and have a nice conversation because I thought, wow, I'm up there again. And I couldn't get the words out, not even simple words that I thought I knew. And that was really depressing. So I gave up yet again. And then I kind of ended up not picking it up again, which is shocking. But I have 4 pretty big problems. 1, I am not very good at languages, and Luke is. 2, I am pretty shy when learning, so I don't like making too many mistakes. I don't like showing people that I'm making mistakes, so this is really hard when it comes to learning any language. 3, all our friends speak English. And 4, I do not leave the land. So these are the things that go against me. But yeah, enough about me. Now here's Luke's story.
Thanks, Sarah. So luckily, as being a Maltese person, when I was a kid, I was brought up with English and Maltese, which are 2 official languages. But also, people my age, the only TV we had was Italian channels. So we were kind of brought up on Japanese cartoons dubbed in Italian, which is quite a weird thing to be brought up on, I guess. But without even knowing it, we were fluent in Italian, which is awesome. Sarah, unfortunately, didn't have a TV when she was younger, so she's not that great in Italian. So I think one of the main reasons my Portuguese is slightly better than hers is that I speak Italian. It's a Latin language, so it really, really does help. The other reason is because Sarah never leaves the land, like she said. I'm the one who goes to the shops and everything. So I have not much exposure really to Portuguese people and speaking and the language, but much more than Sarah does. I mean, I do believe that obviously you have to use the words for them to kind of sink in. And yeah, I do know a lot of building materials words. Not the most handy and normal day-to-day conversation, I guess, but at least I do get a bit here and there. So I really haven't done any studying or any courses or anything in the past 4 years. We did in the first, I think in the first few weeks we were here, we got our hands on a Michelle Thomas CDs, audio files, and I didn't even listen to the whole thing once, even though Sarah did like them and she learned quite a bit from them. But yeah, then I was thinking about doing some lessons, which were for free with the camera. But knowing me, I don't think I would have lasted. I struggled to learn like that. I prefer to be in it and just use it and slowly build up my vocabulary and skills. Yeah, but about, I don't know, it must have been about 2 or 3 months ago now. I was at a friend's place. They had some Portuguese builders around, and they were like showing me how to build with granite and all this. And after the 3rd or 4th time that I met them, I was really, really struggling because they were so nice and we were getting along like a house on fire. But I was just struggling so much. I was so frustrated on the drive home. I was like, it's time we learned Portuguese. We really need to do this. So that's where I am now. All I do is, up until now, all I ever did was go onto Google Translate, put in the sentence of the thing I need to buy at the industrial estate or whatever, and then go there and use it. And at least that sentence will sink in. But a lot of the time it's in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, sorry. So yeah, many a time I've gone to the shop, asked for something, and they're like just looking at me completely blank-faced. What is that, you know? That's where I'm at, and we've decided to do something about it. And you may be saying, well, you don't like listening to language CDs, you don't want to go to lessons. What are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you. We'll tell you what we're going to do.
So we are going to do this together. And like many things that we do for the first time, we tend to, well, I turned to YouTube first, and I was following this channel, Leo's Portuguese with Leo, and on it he was doing a collaboration with this girl, Liz. And from her smile and her accent, when I realized she wasn't really Portuguese, she reeled me in. And I looked up her channel, that's called Talk the Streets. And I loved it straight away. I mean, I love watching her videos. They're short, they're straight to the point, and with a lot of helpful tips. It's not grammar, it's not lessons like that, but she gives you a lot of good tips on how to learn the language and what to do to go about it. So that wasn't enough for me though. I contacted her and she has agreed to help us out, which is awesome.
I'm so lucky.
Yes, and she is an amazing person too. So we are taking this next step.
Yeah, she said that she needs to evaluate where we are because, like many other couples, we're both at different levels.
So different.
And yeah, she did a little evaluation, and you can check it out now.
This is very exciting, Sarah. I'm going to hear how you're getting on with your Portuguese. So first of all, tell me where you feel like you're at. What are you able to do? What are you still struggling with? What are you hoping to get my help with?
Okay, so where am I at is not very good. When I first got to Portugal, I was always listening to grammar on headphones when I go for a walk and stuff, and I thought I'm going to be really good at this because I practically know it by heart. But then when I come to use anything, I can't speak.
Okay, so this is really common because, you know, learning grammar doesn't actually prepare you for real life conversations. It's kind of like those are the building blocks you need, those are your tools, but then you actually have to know how to use them. So this is what we're going to need to work on with you, actually making what you know in your head relevant to your kind of everyday life and being able to use it in that way. So that's possible. And it's very normal for speaking to be the last thing to come.
That's another big problem of mine. I never leave the land.
Does anybody ever come to the land to drop things off?
We do have the guy who delivers the hay for the goats.
Yeah.
And we go to his garden center too as well sometimes.
So from now on, you're the only person, even if Luke is dealing with the delivery guy, you at least have to be there and you have to be trying to do it. That's the way to get you into it. So then what about your listening, your pronunciation?
I don't know about my pronunciation. And the listening, if someone's speaking slowly, like when you speak in your lessons or in your videos, I understand you, most of it. But then if you're talking to someone else and it's very fast, and I get confused. And then once I'm confused, then I'm not going to understand another word.
Yeah. Yeah, because your mind just shuts down, doesn't it? It goes, oh, no, I don't understand any of this. And that's my biggest tip for listening, actually. We need to let go of the idea that we're going to be able to follow the whole thing. And we just need to tune our ears into just keywords, because there are going to be words in a sentence that you do know, even if it's like dia or logo or anything like that. You're going to pick out some words, and then from there we have to be a bit of a detective and kind of piece it together and like, okay, what could that have been referring to? And then the more you do that and the more you're able to relax into it, the more words you'll pick up and the more it will all start to make sense. So the first thing to do is just where you're at is normal, so relax and we'll take it from there. Do you have any goals in mind? What's a goal that we could set for you over the next couple of months that will make you feel like, yes, I made progress, I'm feeling good?
Just to have a normal conversation, like how my day went, and asking them how their day went.
First thing, I think it's probably two things: doing something practical at the garden center,
Yes.
and also being able to talk to your delivery guy, ask him how his day is, how he is, and tell him something about you. So those are two really tangible, good challenges we can set you. Let's take a look at your Portuguese then. So, olá Sara, tudo bem?
Tudo bem? Sim.
Onde moras, Sara? Onde moras?
Castelo Branco.
Ah, Castelo Branco. Muito bem. E gostas de morar em Castelo Branco?
Muito.
Por quê? Como é?
Porque é terreno.
Terreno?
Terreno. What's beautiful?
Okay, so here's a tip, right? You can open Deep L. Do you know the website Deep L?
No.
Ah, okay, let me send you a link. So this is going to be your secret weapon when you're doing speaking practice, okay?
Okay.
You go to deepl.com. I'm going to put it in the chat now. And so when you want to say, because for example, you want to say, it is beautiful, right?
Yes.
So you can type in, it is very beautiful there. And you can just try and say it back to me.
É muito bonito. I knew that, see?
Quantos anos tens em Portugal?
4 anos.
4 anos, muito bem. E qual é a tua profissão?
Antes Portugal. 1 second.
This is the number one thing that you can learn. You can just say só segundo while you look something up.
Só segundo. Educador da primeira infância.
Ah, tu eras professora?
Sim, well,
Professora como eu.
sim. Mas por
crianças pequeninas?
Sim.
Muito bem, muito bem. A minha irmã é professora de crianças pequenas. Sim. Temos 2 professoras na família. Muito bem, mas estou impressionada. Tens animais em casa?
Sim, tenho gato, cão e 3 cabras.
All right, that was super good.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. I thought you weren't going to be able to do anything from what you told me, that you were not able to speak, but that was really good. Obviously, this doesn't mirror real life because I was speaking very slowly and you were able to look things up. But this is how it starts. If when you get to a stage where you know enough to be practicing speaking, doing an exchange like this, where the person can speak slowly, you can write things down, you can look things up. That's how it all starts. But yeah, your pronunciation was very good, and you were able to, you knew what you wanted to say. Once you'd looked it up, you were able to pronounce it in a way it all made sense to me. So we're working with a good base here. Okay. So I feel good. Yes. All right. So I'll have a chat with Luke as well, and then we'll come together and I can set you guys up with some homework and things to study so that you can be practicing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, prazer.
Obrigadíssima.
De nada.
Olá.
Olá, Luke, tudo bem contigo?
I'm going to an exam or something. It's been a few years.
Mas vamos falar agora só em português.
Muito bem.
Então, como é que tu estás hoje? Como estás hoje? Tudo bem?
Estou bem. Tenho muito trabalho de fazer.
Uhum.
Como
Que tipo de trabalho? Qual é a tua profissão?
meu professor era cozinheiro,
Cozinheiro?
sim. Mas agora construiu muitas coisas.
Ok. E não és agricultor também?
Não muito, porque não tenho muito tempo para fazer isto, pero quando posso, faz, faço um pouquinho.
E gostas de viver em Portugal, Luke?
Muito, muito, me gusta muito.
Porquê?
Porque é muito mais calmo, a Malta, nosso país, muita gente. É uma pequena
Uhum.
eh,
Ilha?
ilha, ok? É uma muito pequena ilha, é muita gente, pessoas,
Gente, pessoas, mesma coisa.
pessoas, muitas pessoas, muito tráfico,
Muito
poluição,
trânsito, muitos carros, muita
sim,
confusão.
sim. É muito mais feliz.
Hum, que bom, que bom. No teu dia a dia, costumas a falar em português? Tens
Em,
oportunidade de praticar?
sim, porque eu vou a fazer compras todos os dias. Eu preferi sempre tentar de falar em português.
O teu português ahm, precisa de trabalho, mas não é nada mau. Então,
Obrigado.
ah, então, vamos falar todos juntos?
Now it's Molly's time.
Yay,
Molly.
I've got Molly too!
Molly.
Molly knows bola only in
Onde
Portuguese.
está a bola?
Bola. Oh,
Bola.
bola, bola.
Huh? Oh.
All right, this was super interesting because you do have very different things going on here. So, Sarah, I can tell with you, you've done formal study, you've been looking up verbs and grammar rules and things like this, and so you're able to use those, but your struggle is getting them out. And then Luke, you have no trouble chatting away, but those formal pieces of grammar and things that we need to know, they're missing because you haven't sat down and had a look at those yet. So I can understand both of you, and you'll both be able to get by. But with Sarah, what we need to work on is building that confidence to have phrases ready and to have replies ready, to be able to let the conversation flow, because it's all in here. We just need to work on getting it out here. And with Luke, we need to work on just finessing the grammar so that you're able to conjugate correctly, so that you're able to use prepositions and contractions correctly, and so that we can fix some of the bits in the pronunciation, so that it's sounding much more fluid. Is that a fair assessment of what you guys thought in the first place?
I think I need to learn a lot of vocabulary because I haven't studied anything. All I use is Google Translate, and a lot of the time it's Brazilian anyway, you know.
Vocabulary is easy. That's the easiest thing to learn because it's just a memory game. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make a list of the words you use all the time. We call these frequency words. I'm going to give you a list of mine that I've got. I've got 100 frequent words, and they're in the form of a flashcard pack. Okay, so they're on your phone, so you can be testing yourself. There's little games you can do and stuff. So we want to get your frequency words perfect. The next thing I would really love, particularly for Luke, to be doing some work on pronunciation. So I'm going to share with you the first module of work in my course where we really focus and drill down on pronunciation. We've got 8 lessons in there where we really go deep into all of that, and we have drills that you can do to be practicing these sounds to make sure that it's going so that you're understanding it really well. Okay, and then the last thing I think we want to focus on is practical phrases that we can be using all the time and getting used to asking questions and hearing answers. Okay, so I've actually got a 30-day challenge of practical phrases that I'm going to send over to you as well. So each day you can be practicing something different, and the real bonus will be using these in real life. Just the process of making yourself do it and getting a response and being understood and getting what you need, it starts like this positive feedback loop, because the more you feel like you can do it, the more you're going to want to do it, and the more you do it, the better it's going to get. And that's the hardest thing to kickstart, that lots of people feel afraid. And Sarah, so far, that's what you've not wanted to do. All right, wonderful. Well, I'm glad that we finally got to do this. Hopefully, you're going to find everything that we're working on helpful and fun. And I'm excited for you.
We're
Thank you,
excited
I'm
too.
excited
Thank you
as
so
well.
much, Liz.
Okay. Tchauzinho. Beijinhos. Ciao.
All right, that was embarrassing.
I knew a lot less than I was hoping I would.
It sounds so much worse than I thought I did. To the untrained ear, people might hear me speak and say, oh, he gets to buy, but no, I'm just throwing in Italian words in a very badly pronounced in Portuguese. But anyway, this is why we're here. We're here to learn.
Yes.
So we are definitely up for this 30-day challenge, and you can too.
So she gave us a bunch of free resources that we can start using, and we're going to put everything in our description so you can check them out.
And so you can join us.
Yes, and you can join us because this 30-day challenge sounds like a lot of fun. She gives you 30 sentences in Portuguese. We're going to learn them one by one. We are going to do this where she tells you to do 5 minutes every morning of that sentence, and then write it down somewhere on a post-it note, stick it somewhere, you're going to see it every day. And this is the first one. Queria café, se faz favor. Now we stuck this. Now we stuck this on our fridge, and every time I want to ask Luke for something, I know it's going to start with queria. So if I wanted a glass of milk, it has
Queria
like,
copo
carried
de
on.
leite,
Copo
se
de
faz
leite, se faz
favor.
favor. Very good, Luke.
But yeah, if you've been living here and you've tried to learn the language, kind of like we have a little bit, and you just haven't managed and you've struggled and you've nearly given up, why not try this? We're also going to be putting out on most days around, I think, what did we say?
9 p.m.
About 9 p.m. we're
the
going to be
day.
putting out what we do on any day. Maybe it might be the daily challenge, or it might us be using one of these sentences from the daily challenge in a shop, or actually using the phrase, you know.
Or some other funny idea that we're coming up with.
We'll see. But most days we're hoping to put out a video over the next 30 days. So if you want to join us, I mean, if you've been in Portugal and you've tried lessons and nothing has worked, 5-10 minutes a day, why not give this a go?
Exactly.
Maybe you can learn a bit of Portuguese with us. Or at least you can laugh at us. We're so thankful to Liz Sharma for giving us this opportunity, and she's also given us access to the first 3 modules of her paid course.
Yes, thank you
which
so
is
much
awesome.
for that.
So happy about it. And us doing it on YouTube is kind of makes us keep doing it, hopefully, you know what I mean? It's like if we didn't put it on YouTube, we might just say, oh, I'll leave it for today, I'm busy, or we just forget about it. But since we're doing it on here, it might give us the determination to keep doing it, you know, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments below how long you've been here if you can't speak the language, and if you're going to join us or not. Okay, that's it from us.
And don't forget to check out Liz's channel. It's called Talk the Streets. I'm putting the link in the description also, and she is awesome.
She is. I've been holding out until we started this of us learning Portuguese, until we put this video out, because I wanted to show the real difference between before I start and after. So now I'm going to go through all her videos one by one, and obviously the 30-day challenge and everything, just to see maybe in 30 days when we do put out another video, to see where we are then. Hopefully you'll be able to see the difference, I'm hoping.
And you'll be able to see the difference in yourselves if you're doing this challenge with us.
Alrighty, take it easy, guys. Thank you, Liz, again. See you soon in our short videos.
Bye.
Ciao. We've been here. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
We've been here in Portugal for the past 4 years, and we're ashamed to say that we both can't really speak the language.
It's time to learn Portuguese.
Yes. We've been living here in Central Portugal. We've been living here. We've been living here in Central Portugal for the past.
of good. If you enjoyed watching this video, then why not watch this one or this one? And if you don't feel like watching but you feel like shopping, then go here.